I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers.
I'm picking my nose.
It's me, Alex Man, here in this maze that somebody's going to edit in behind me. No one's going to do that. And I'm here with...
Dun, 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 Teddy Man to the trumpet. Chop, 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 chop. Followed by...
Hey guys, here's something to nibble on. It's your Pac boy. It's Spencer, and we're here to do an awesome map out of Pac-Man Collection on the GBA. Yeah.
What?
Radical, dude.
Welcome to the antithesis of JuneBA, Pac-Man Collection, the map out you were all waiting for JuneBA.
Right, Terry?
Pac-Man Collection, Terry.
When I think GBA, I think Pac-Man Collection. Hell yeah.
Hey guys, so we're going to be talking about something different today. Usually in these map outs, we talk about a single game that has like worlds and levels and shit like that. But the Pac-Man Collection is a little different because it's a collection of arcade games. 4 Pac-Man titles to be exact. Hence the name Pac-Man Collection. I don't know what you were expecting, if not Pac-Man in this collection. So I guess a good place to start would be, what is your history with the little yellow guy, Pac-Man?
Well, before we start, I think we should encourage the viewers to start to find their way over to other variants of our podcast. Where else can viewers collect all the podcasts? Alex, man?
Me. Well, sorry, I forgot to do the plugs. Well, chomp your way over to a Power Pellet and then head on over to Spotify and Apple Podcasts, where you can listen to every episode of the Button Mappers while you're being chased by ghosts through a maze. Also take a break and play a puzzle game over on Discord. And we'll tell you all about how much we love to gobble little balls. Spencer, it's your turn.
Okay. When you're done gobbling those balls, make sure that you hit up YouTube and hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, you should definitely do that. And ring that notification bell so you can always find out when our content is here. And in the comments below, make sure you tell us which ghost is your favorite.
And why is it Clyde?
Why is it Clyde?
Really? It's kind of dumb.
What a stupid ghost.
What a fucking idiot.
Dumbass ghost. What the fuck?
Look at dumbass Clyde coming over here.
Stupid. Every time I'm just like walking through the maze and that's just fucking Clyde. I'm like, fucking stupid fucking Clyde.
Stupid fucking Clyde. Put
This
that in
fucking
his
guy.
character bio.
Now back to the show. Hey guys, what is your history with Pac-Man?
I'll begin. Oh man, I really got to dig back. I feel like Pac-Man is just one of those games that you play before you even played games. Like, I used to take the ferry upstate to swim meets, or sometimes we take it to, on a road trip. And even when you go on the ferry, there's like little flat tables where you could play Pac-Man on the table. So culturally, I feel like it was just an icon, even past like the 80s. Like, I'm not an 80s child. So I think Pac-Man really lived, thrived, survived, and you still see Pac-Man to this day. Even when I go to arcades, I just see Pac-Man and I go like, yeah, I like Pac-Man. You know, I have a video footage when I went to San Francisco and went to the Fisherman's Wharf and I played the Pac-Man arcade machine. They reset the machines every day, but I got the high score for the day at like 3 p.m. And so like I still have a lot of nostalgia for Pac-Man in that way. It's a game that I think I like more in the arcades than on a console, but the versions that we'll talk about today are pretty good. I did have it via the Pac-Man World game on the PS1, where you could also play the arcade game. That's one cool thing I like about Pac-Man is they usually include the older games and even like the bigger games, like some kind of arcade dome where you could play like old Pac-Man games. And so I've been able to experience it that way too, even when I had my first console.
That what you're talking about, that table is called a cocktail machine. It's an arcade machine that's a table.
Well, cheers to that.
Yeah, I have very little experience with Pac-Man. I was never raised in arcades or anything. I don't come from that at all. The only arcades I ever played were at the dentist's office, so there's a lot of negative association with arcades because usually when I was going in to get drilled. But I always preferred. Yeah, that's on a different channel. I used to see I would see like a Pac-Man machine, and then I would see like a space shooter, like Space Harrier, or whatever those ones were called, and I would always go do those. I wouldn't do a Pac-Man. So I've obviously played Pac-Man before. I think any gamer has played it for at least 10 seconds. Like, oh, okay, you gobble up the things, but that's about it.
Spencer, confession times. He likes a Sega game, Space Harrier, although I think he meant Space Invaders.
No, I think it was. Well, it was. It wasn't Space Invaders. It was a little more recent than that. But it was definitely a stand-up arcade machine. It was like it's a shooter shooting up, and then there's like it was very green. I don't know. It could have been any of them. I'm sure. But
did you get
one of them.
a front row seat to the ass? Spandex ass. Red spandex.
No, it wasn't.
Ass in face. In space.
I don't understand.
Well, look at Space Harrier. You'll get ready.
Space Harrier is like behind the back.
Oh,
queue.
Then it's definitely not that. But I don't know why that name stuck out to me. But it was one of those. It might have been Xevious. Is Xevious a game?
Xevious is one too. That one is green. That one's the grass.
Okay, that's the one then. It was Xevious.
Yeah, that's an Emco game. Yeah.
Sega not confirmed.
Damn.
And the music goes over and over again. It's amazing. I have a rich history with Pac-Man. I'm actually very excited that we're doing this episode, even though I'm curious to see how it turns out. The first time doing like a collection type map out. My parents were big gamers growing up, and of course, they grew up when Pac-Man was relevant. The most relevant, I would say. So me growing up in the 90s, they introduced me to Pac-Man. And I played a lot of Pac-Man games through them, through like the PS1 collections of like the Namco games and stuff. And I always grew up playing Pac-Man games. I also have a bit of a nostalgia for Pac-Man because my early time on YouTube, a lot of the people that I would get watching my videos were there because I would do Pac-Man type videos, reviewing and talking about and collabing on Pac-Man type content. I don't really do much of that stuff anymore, but that was a big part of my early YouTube days. So I like Pac-Man.
I thought you said you did Pac-Man like videos. You were like eating pellets and just like
it's me like
chase them around.
No, I would do like reviews of like Pac-Man games and stuff, and I did like a top 10 with a different YouTuber and stuff, and it was pretty neat. It was like my first time ever like collabing and stuff. And the guy was like way bigger than I was. I had like 100-something subs, and like 5,000 something subs, and I was like, holy shit, damn, this is amazing. Yeah, so pretty neat. So I have a soft spot for Pac-Man. And here in the Pac-Man Collection, there are 4 Pac-Man games that we are going to talk about. I I don't know if I'm gonna. You know what? I'll save them. I'll save the name for each one as we get to them. But we're gonna start with the classic 1980 Pac-Man, where it all started, where it all began.
That's an OG title. That might be like one of the first real video games right there.
Yeah, I feel like Pac-Man is the game that everybody knows just because it's just out there. It's just like in the zeitgeist. Everybody knows like Tetris, everybody knows Pac-Man, everybody knows Mario. I think those are like the big three for me. That like if you, like even if you never played a video game, you know what those games are. And yeah, it's fucking Pac-Man, guys. Does somebody want to go over maybe like the history? Does anybody know like the history of Pac-Man?
I can read the wiki page.
Ooh, okay.
Ready for this read aloud?
Yeah.
Okay. Pac-Man, originally called Puck-Man in Japan,
Ooh.
very close to Fuck Boy, is a 1980 maze action video game developed and released by Namco for the arcades. In North America, the game was released by Midway Manufacturing as part of its licensing agreement with Namco America. The player controls Pac-Man, who must eat all the dots inside an enclosed maze while avoiding 4 colored ghosts. What's his problem with colored ghosts? Eating large flashing dots called power pellets causes the ghosts to temporarily turn blue, allowing Pac-Man to eat them for bonus points. I'll stop there.
Can you lie to me and tell me that it says fuckboy in the Wikipedia page?
Pac-Man, originally
No,
called
it says Puck-Man.
Fuckboy in Japan.
Well, actually, they changed.
Try to get your fuckboy to get all the pellets. If
get your
fuckboy hits one of them
get all
ghosts,
them.
Fuckboy don't like
Fucking
colored
ghosts.
ghosts, Get a
all
problem
them
with that.
colored
Hey,
ghosts.
that fuckboy don't like them colored ghosts.
Real fuckboy we got on our hands.
It's
I mean, that's why they
thing.
changed it. They changed it from Puck-Man to Pac-Man because they didn't want people to, turn it into a F. Fuck-Man.
Fuck man.
Or a D for
And
Duck
second
Man.
part, maybe I'm misconstruing it, but didn't it say enclosed maze?
Mhm.
Did it not say that in the description?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the original, didn't the original still have the thing where if you go to the side, it takes you to the other side?
Yeah, it's still enclosed, though. It's like a pipe. It's like a warp pipe.
That's not enclosed. It's looping.
Whatever.
No, you have to think of it like a 3D sphere, like the world. Like even if you go on the other side of the world, you're still in like a.
Well, I mean,
One
I guess
world.
if you consider the world enclosed, I think of enclosed as very like you can't. There's all angles are blocked.
Okay.
But to me, it's more interconnected.
It's more
No way.
open, an open maze.
It's an open world game.
The first.
It was
Pac-Man's the first open world game.
It was basically an RPG. You just level up Pac-Man
Basically
with
an
bonus
RPG.
points.
There
I mean-
are some pretty notable things about the first Pac-Man. For one, it came out in a time where a lot of the other games were spaceship shooty games.
Yeah.
Everything had to be like some sort of war or space combat themed game. Pac-Man was made to, with the concept of eating. It was inspired to be a game that everybody can enjoy, not just, grisly men playing their space games. So that's pretty neat. I like that fact. There was another one I was going to bring up, and I
Isn't there something
Just
to do with
fucking
him
lost it.
looking
Oh,
like
yeah.
a pizza box or something, or pizza?
yeah, he was inspired by a pizza with a slice taken out.
3D Pac-Man looks like Kirby with a nose and arms and legs, and yellow.
Yellow.
That is weird that they like adapted him into a 3D character because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
He only makes sense as a ball, right? Like as
Well,
a
they've been
circle.
doing that in like the side of the arcade cabinets for years, though. Like that wasn't like a new thing.
True.
So in the first
They've always,
arcade,
like-
he wasn't a circle. He was standing on feet.
Yeah, he had little feet, and then like they even did like they had like Hanna-Barbera made like an '80s cartoon where he had like a arms and legs and like a hat and like had a family and stuff.
Hanna-Barbera?
Hanna-Barbera.
Barbara?
Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera. They made the Flintstones and Scooby-Doo.
Oh.
I
got
Oh,
lost.
I know what I was going to bring up. The other notable thing is that Pac-Man is an early game that uses some pretty, like, not for like by today's standards, but by then standards, pretty advanced AI. Each one of the ghosts has their own AI patterns that you can sort of use to decipher as you play the game, and that was pretty cool for the time as well.
I think I know some of them. Like Pinky is a chaser. Also, this isn't stated, but like the red one, was it Inky?
Blinky.
Oh, that's Blinky. Blinky is fast. Like he's the fastest one.
Yeah. So the patterns, Blinky will always try to catch up to you. Pinky is in love with Pac-Man, so she tries to get in front of him. I forget what Inky is. Is Inky the fast one? He's a blue one. I forget what his is. And Clyde is stupid, so he will always hang out. Like he'll usually try to chase you for a little bit, then he'll go back down to the left corner because he just is stupid. He'll just do whatever. Hold on, let's see. Okay, Blinky gives direct chase. Pinky and Inky try to position themselves in front of Pac-Man, so Inky's the same way then. And Clyde switches between chasing Pac-Man and fleeing from him. So, yeah.
So Clyde will flee from you even if you don't have the power up?
Yeah, because he's stupid. He'll like chase you for a bit, then he'll just like run away.
So Ted was right. He is just stupid. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
He's just a dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, he's just.
But that could screw you up.
Just-
That could screw you up because if you're playing the game like in chase mode and then Clyde's just in the fucking corner, like you can still run into him accidentally. So it's kind of genius that like every ghost has a personality.
Yeah, it's funny.
Did you know you can get a perfect score on this game? A perfect score on the original Pac-Man arcade game is 3,333,360 points achieved when the player obtains the maximum score on the first 255 levels. Jesus, I can't even make it past 4.
Yeah, 256 is the cutoff. That's the kill screen. The game, half the screen just fucking glitches out, and you can't progress.
The first
And that was
sorry, go ahead.
due to like a limitation with the number, right?
Yeah, who is the dude?
Billy
the
Mitchell.
fucking guy that like did that, and then it turned out he cheated a bunch of stuff. Billy Mitchell. That guy's an asshole.
Why is he an asshole?
What an asshole. I forget the story, but he was held a bunch of records for arcade games. It turns out he cheated or something.
Some recording organizations removed
he
Mitchell's
won.
score after a 2018 investigation by Twin Galaxies concluded that 2 unrelated Donkey Kong score performances submitted by Mitchell had not used an unmodified original circuit board. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just a theory.
Yeah, there's a whole thing about it. I think it's a documentary, like a King of Kong documentary about it.
Billy Mitchell theories. Thanks for cheating, asshole.
I know he held the perfect score for Pac-Man as well.
A couple other people have gotten it since. This is a good segue to talk about how do you feel about your gameplay with Pac-Man? Or the gameplay in general.
Pac-Man.
Pokemon.
Pac-Man. I like Pac-Man. It's a fun arcade game. I think the GBA it's able to run Pac-Man fine. It's fucking Pac-Man. I was playing Pac-Man on everything on a fucking Game Boy. It's it's a pretty easy game to run. So in terms of this version of Pac-Man, it's fine. In terms of just Pac-Man itself, I like Pac-Man. I do find it is very difficult after the 5th or 6th stage because your power pellets basically do nothing at that point. They you eat them and the ghosts blink blue for 2 fucking milliseconds, and it's like, oh well, you didn't get any. So fuck you.
Fuck you, Pac-Man.
Fuck you, Pac-Man.
Fuck you.
But I really like the first Pac-Man. I feel like there's a lot of strategy with trying to get the ghosts. I usually try to get all the ghosts to follow me to a power palette. then I turn back around and eat all 4 ghosts at once to try to get the best score possible, which is harder to do as you go on, but very fun. Arcade gameplay.
I'm not partial to Pac-Man, but I tried. It was kind of funny when I was playing. I was trying to also play it in a way that would be closer to the original, and since I played it with the Razer Kishi, you could play it with a joystick. So I had tried to emulate the old arcade joystick thing, and quickly switched to using a D-pad. But it was still kind of interesting to try, at least to be an arcade player for a little bit. But it's a simplistic game, and I think everyone knows how to play it. I was more interested in playing the other ones to see what they tried to add to the series.
Okay. I like the arcade simplicity. It's the type of game where if I just start it, I just want to put a bunch of quarters in, keep going at it. I think Miss Pac-Man adds a little flavor, a little variety in terms of the mazes themselves. But it never ceases to amaze me how much I get into Pac-Man. I also like working for the cutscene every 2 stages. It's one of the first games with cutscenes, so that's pretty impressive. And I do agree that the power pellets, once you get past the second stage, they become virtually useless. I was playing this on PS4, and to get some of the trophies, it's get all 4 ghosts, with the power pellet, at least 2 times in a stage. And after the first playthrough of the maze, it just became impossible. But I still liked playing it. As far as GBA differences, you can play the game in zoom in mode or in the full screen, which the maze looks tiny, or you only see part of the maze and you scroll up with it. It's called scroll mode, I think. And I preferred the full screen mode. It was even though it was harder to see, you could see the whole maze. That's kind of I think that's a vital. Played good. The D-pad's functional. It works. Obviously, I prefer, the authentic arcade, real joystick experience. A PS4 joystick does not suffice. There's some interface lag or something. I don't know, but great game, and I respect it.
I've been playing the Pac-Man Museum Plus a lot on my Switch. And did you know that those little cutscenes are called coffee breaks?
Wow.
I don't know who has time to drink a coffee. In that short time.
Some of those cutscenes are 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's Metal Gear Solid. Pac-Man. Do you know about the Patriots? The Patriots wants ghosts.
It's just eating little pellets, and he stops on one. And it just camera pans up. It's in 1965, there were more than one Pac-Man. Explains his origin story.
But because the Pac-Man Collection Plus has or the Pac-Man Museum Plus has little achievements for each game you have to do. And it was get all whatever coffee breaks. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, it's the cutscenes. I was like, holy shit. Those are called coffee breaks. Okay.
First game with cutscenes and coffee breaks. Way to go, Pac.
I guess if you have a cup of coffee sitting on the arcade machine, you can take a sip.
Yeah.
I think it is kind of interesting that there is a game that people can still play that doesn't really have any buttons. It's just a maneuverable game. And games nowadays have the last one that I always think about is Cyberpunk 2077, and how I just felt so old because there were 50 different button combinations just to go into stealth mode.
I feel the same, dude. I was playing that the other day actually, and I hadn't played in a bit, and I was I'm gonna pick back up where I left off.
Good luck.
And I started playing, and it was go talk to this dealer and buy this AI weapon, and then meet me in the virtual space. And I was look at these menus, and I was I'm gonna go play Pac-Man.
There's something to it, man.
Yeah, well, a lot of those old games did that. I have the arcade cabinet for Galaga, which I bought because I'm a huge Galaga fan, but that's also just a stick and a button. And game that I love, but like I had a friend that was like, "Why didn't you buy the Street Fighter one?" And I was like, "Cause I like Galaga, like the artwork and stuff." He was like, "Yeah, but like the Street Fighter one has 6 buttons, and you could have just installed a Raspberry Pi and played Galaga." And I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "I can't mod my Galaga cabinet because it's just a fucking button. I can't like
Yeah.
I'm able to play like games up through like 1981." I'll be like, "Fuck." I'm done.
I like
Yeah,
those pick up
that's a
and
good
play
point.
games where it's like there's no learning curve. Like Smash TV, like let's go. You know, like just aiming both joysticks,
Yeah.
running around, you know, pointing them. Horizon Zero Dawn, forget it. You know, I played it once. I took a day off. I forgot everything, and I said I'm going back.
You look
Back
at
to
the
the
map,
pack.
and there's like 1,500 icons, and you're like,
No.
"Ugh."
Stealth mode, follow the arrows. No, that's not working.
Pac-Man. Because they're gonna say with the original Pac-Man.
It's a classic.
There you
It's
go.
an icon. Speaking of icons, this next one I know is pretty iconic for Teddy. It's Pac-Mania.
Why is it iconic for me?
Because you don't like Pac-Mania.
Okay.
Pac-Mania is an isometric maze game. You play as Pac-Man, and you eat the pellets, and you avoid the ghost. They added a ghost. Well, they added a few ghosts, but they added a major one. It's this purple one named Sue, and that's the purple one. The difference here is that the game scrolls, which I think Teddy talked about that earlier with the original Pac-Man. Is like you sort of need to see the whole maze for Pac-Man. The whole scrolling thing, for me, I think throws off a lot of Pac-Man because you can't see where the ghosts are positioned at all times. Also, you can jump in this game. You can jump over the ghosts, which is a little. It's a neat idea. I don't know how much I like it as well. And there are different stages in Pac-Mania. It's got some cool music. I don't remember if the GBA version has the music though. But it's cool music. Pac-Mania. What do you guys think of Pac-Mania?
He's a maniac, he's a pack. And he'll eat you up in isometric mazes. That's pretty good, right? Pretty 80s hair metal. Multimaster, confirmed.
Yeah, I mean that was around the. I mean, this is like '87, so yeah, you're.
Okay.
man.
You alluded to it. It's slow. That's my big thing. Honestly, I like the jump, but I don't like that you miss a power, like an actual pellet when you jump. Like it's useful if there's ghosts. I don't necessarily hate isometric as a viewpoint, but it does feel a little unnatural. You know, I would just rather play the original Pac-Man over this. I think it's more fluid and fast. With this, I just get bored after like 5-10 minutes.
The game does pick up a little bit around like the second set of stages, like the speed.
Oh my god. Okay, so I initially was excited because it was different, and I liked that. At first I liked that you couldn't see the whole stage. I quickly realized how important it was to be able to see the whole stage, but at first I was like, "This is kind of cool." And I thought the jumping was kind of cool for the first two stages, because in the third stage they introduce a character that also jumps, and then they start
Nullifies the, yeah.
giving more characters the jump.
It's like
and
the
then
green ghost, right?
yeah, and so it becomes kind of useless. But for a while, it's pretty cool. I liked it for the change of pace, but I don't think it. I mean, nobody's talking about Pac-Mania today. It's not like it replaced Pac-Man or anything, so it's interesting.
It has its fans, and it's always on these damn collections. When there were other Pac-Man follow-ups after the original Pac-Man, like Miss Pac-Man, which isn't on this one because it's on the Namco collection on GBA, so it already had a GBA port. But there was like Super Pac-Man, there was Pac and Pal, and Pac-Land and stuff. Like there were other Pac-Man games before Pac-Mania, but Pac-Mania is always the one that they include with shit.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. Like even when I bought my mom a Miss Pac-Man like 1-up arcade machine, and it came with like Miss Pac-Man, Galaxian, like some sort of a special version of the original Pac-Man, and then fucking Pac-Mania. I'm like, who's playing Pac-Mania?
Yeah, I feel like this was on the PS1 game too, the Pac-Man World or something. Maybe not. It says it was released in Pac-Man
It's
World.
on a lot of it's probably on one of those collections. I know it was on like the PS2 collections and stuff, and it's always included. And I don't really get it. Like it's not like I don't hate Pac-Mania as a game, but it's not one that I'm like when I start playing one of these collections, I'm never like, oh, shit, they got Pac-Mania. It's usually like I play the other game, then I'm like, I guess I'll play like a round of Pac-Mania or something.
Why not?
Like, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt really guilty. I'm gonna put this out there, and I'm not proud of this. But I felt pretty guilty because I could not beat this game. I could not get to the end of this. I got stuck on like the third stage of the third world. I think there was 4 worlds.
Dude, the third world with the pyramids it's fucking hard anyway.
Yeah, it was. I was getting so mad, and okay, so I went on YouTube and I was like, "Let me watch let's play this game, see what at least so I can see what the 4th world looks like." And the person I watched could also not get past the third world. So I literally like looked through a bunch of them, and they all ended at like 13 minutes. Like nobody can get through this like third stage.
The 4th world is the jungle steppes, and I think I've gotten to it a few times, but I've never cleared it.
I can only imagine how hard it is.
Which is super funny because like the first stage of Pac-Mania is super easy and it's slow. It's like you're like, this is gonna be a cakewalk, and then by the time you get to the third world, you're like, shit. Stop.
I admire you guys because I didn't have the patience to even get to World 3. Like I could have, but I was just like, I just want to play a different Pac-Man game at that point. I'll have to try it though. I'm up for the challenge. Little challenge fact
you can
time
get
with
past-
Teddy, you know. Hey geeks,
You can get
gamers.
past third world. You're pro gamer, Teddy.
Pro gamer Teddy time.
I mean, the port of on GBA looks pretty good. Which,
Oh yeah.
this was like a 16-bit era game.
Yeah.
So
Technically, you could argue it's a better. I don't know if I'd call it port. Yeah, port than the original Pac-Man on GBA because, neither view is ideal for the original Pac-Man on GBA. But this game like fits on the GBA screen pretty well.
yeah. Well, Pac-Mania, pack it up and head on out because now it's time to attack with Pac-Attack. 1993. This one I actually own on the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy as well.
That's a good box art.
Yeah, look at that. See, look, that's the weird round Pac-Man with arms and legs.
It's even Pac.
So he's been here all along. Pac-Attack, also known as Pac-Panic. That's a better name. Oh my god, I like Pac-Panic more than Pac-Attack. Is a falling tile puzzle video game. Developed by Namco and published for Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, with versions on the Game Boy, Game Gear, and it gets better, Philips CDI.
Whoa, screwdriver alert.
Screwdriver. Yeah, it was released on a screwdriver.
High tech, baby.
Did you know that Pac-Attack is an adaptation of a 1992 game, Cosmo Gang: The Puzzle? I don't know what the hell Cosmo. I've heard of Cosmo Gang. It's an old Namco franchise, but it's a puzzle game. So I guess this was like they just removed those characters and put in Pac-Man characters or something.
Okay.
The Wikipedia article compares it to games like Tetris and Columns.
Hey,
Columns.
columns.
What did you guys think of Pac-Attack?
Column me. I liked it. You know what? This game has 2 modes, and one of them is the mode that I prefer. I don't necessarily like the arcade mode. I thought was kind of meh, but then they have the you have to within 5 Pac turns, like when you get the Pac-Man drop
turns.
for lack of a better term, Pac turns.
Puzzle.
I just like the fact that you just tossed Pac-Man into a random word.
It's a Pac turn.
Yeah, you gotta
It's
get
a
enough
turn.
Pac points and the Pac turns.
Turn when you get a Pac-Man, Pac pellet, something. um, it was a nice challenge because they give you like a little overview. It reminded me of like Pokemon Puzzle League, and so it has a password system. I really like that because like you can just put in 3 letters XYZ or something. It'll take you to your level, and yeah. So I think that was cool. The gameplay is interesting. I'll let one of you guys talk about it.
I can talk about it. This is my favorite mode by far on this collection. This was phenomenal. It in a way plays like Tetris, but with the idea that if you line all the blocks up, you'll get rid of the line, but you won't. But if there's like a blue guy in there, like a ghost character or whatever, or red or whatever,
Yeah.
the picture's throwing me off a little bit.
Ghost,
But if there's a ghost in there, it won't. It's like a separate thing, and it won't break up a line. But what will is the occasional Pac-Man. And if you drop him on top of him, he'll start eating them all the way to as far as he can go before he either hits the bottom or he hits another block. So you not only do you try to position the blocks to line up like you would in Tetris, but you're also positioning Pac-Man to do his Pac thing and eat those ghosty goblins. So it's like almost like playing Tetris, but in 2 different ways, but at the same time. It's a really unique idea, and I liked it a lot.
I like how
it's
you
a lot of fun. Sorry.
No, I was gonna make a dumb joke. Go ahead.
Okay. It's a lot of fun. It's a game that I have a lot of fun playing. The arcade mode. I like the puzzle mode too, but the arcade mode because I really like puzzle games. But like most puzzle games, I feel like if I like start to get a little overwhelmed, I can usually dig myself out of that hole. I can't with Pac-Attack though. If I start to get overwhelmed, there's no escape. Like I'm just I get buried.
For sure.
It's
hard.
Yeah, so it's a very hard game. It's like once you start losing it, you're just done. It's like, well, shit. It's like there's no way I can get these ghosts on there. It's like they're all trapped and I'm stuck and well, I'm dead. Great.
I think.
Do
it's
you guys
a nice
remember?
break from the match 3 thing that I think we've seen a lot over the past 20 years since like Bejeweled. But since Bejeweled, I feel like everything's been a match 3. That's been a puzzle game. Freaking Mario and Puzzle and Dragons. It's match 3. It's Puzzle Quest, match 3. So, but like this is just it's just blocks. Like and you just have to clear the line to open up the space for you to, start hitting the ghosts. There is kind of a nice science to like lining it up so you can get the Pac-Man to drop on one ghost and then like go across the line. It can screw you up a little bit, but you take what you get. So I enjoyed trying to get the physics down. And the puzzle mode is thebomb.com, the Pac Bomb.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you ever play Tetris DS? It had that puzzle mode in it.
Nope.
Like those are the modes I spend the most time on. I play that way more than
Tetris Effect vibes a little bit. Just with like the clearing lines. Tetris Effect is the recent one on PS4 and Switch.
Oh, okay.
For the VR mode.
I was getting Hatris vibes. You guys know Hatris?
Is that like a mattress with your hat?
No, Hatris is real, but I have never played it. It's a Tetris game with hats. I just wanted to reference Hatris. Talk about Tetris. I have the Super Nintendo copy of this game, and I believe I traded Street Fighter 2 Turbo for my copy of Pac-Attack on the SNES because I had.
Are you serious?
Oh no! Hear me out. I had Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition on Genesis, and the Genesis has 6 buttons. So I was cool with letting go of my Super Nintendo version of Street Fighter because I had the Genesis version. There you go.
Spencer is reserving judgment.
Don't be disappointed in me, Spencer.
Spencer, I failed you.
You can go beyond turbo mode on the Genesis version. You can go into hyper mode because the Genesis has blast processing, right?
Yeah.
But we're not talking about Street Fighter. We're talking about Pac-Attack.
No
Ain't
puzzling
that the truth?
one there. You picked up a great puzzle game.
It's got good music. It's got great music. Also, we didn't mention like when you fill up the little fairy one on the left side, the little fairy will come down and clear out some stuff for you, which is nice.
For some reason, when it comes to this music, the only thing I'm getting in my head is like Donkey Kong cabinet vibes. Dun, 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 dun.
The music is like dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
High school football theme. Go Cheerleaders. Go team. Go.
I don't know if this is why, but in the game Pac-Land, which was a Pac-Man 2D platformer before Mario Bros. Came out, by the way, there was a fairy character that you have to meet up at the end of each stage. And then also this game has fairies in it, so I like to think like that's an homage to Pac-Land, but like I don't know if it actually is, or if they were just like assets left over from the Cosmo Gang puzzle game.
Well, Pac
I don't
Fairy.
know. Pac Fairy.
Yeah, Pac Fairy Godmama.
He wants to be a real man.
Real Pac-Man.
I want to be a real man. Cat, you're just a pack.
You'll never be a man. You're just a pack boy.
You'll never be a man. You're just a pack.
You're just a fuck boy. Yeah.
You're just a fuck boy. Just a fuck man.
And one day I want to grow up to be
It always
a
bothered
fuck
me.
man.
Pac-Man always bothered me because like his name is Pac-Man and he's also a pack person.
Yeah.
Which would be like if my name was Human Man.
Pac person.
I don't get it. Pack person? What do you mean?
There's pack people. Like Miss Pac-Man is a pack person. Professor Pac-Man is a pack person. Pac-Man Junior, Big Pac-Man. They're all like they're pack people. So like that's the species is pack. So like it'd be like if my name was Human Man.
Well, you could be a people person. So you could be a pack.
A people man. I'm a people man.
Man of the people. What could I say?
Yeah, the people.
You know?
I don't know. What if it's like a pack human hybrid? What if that's really what it is? Like a dog man. If you had a dog man, you would be like half dog, half man.
If a guy fucks a pizza, can't he just be a Pac-Man?
Pac-Man is the horrible end result of like a night of drinking and pizza.
You wake up.
Speaking
"No!"
of
Extreme horniness.
horrible,
What have I done?
results of-
Oh no!
The pepperoni, it's everywhere.
Speaking of
Who's going to
fucking
eat it up?
pizza,
It's my
Now we're
son,
gonna-
Pac Boy.
Oh god.
Pac-Man Arrangement, 1996. Pac-Man Arrangement is Pac-Man, but it's an arranged version of Pac-Man. There you go. Now the Arrangement series was actually something that Namco was doing for a while, and they had in Japan these releases of different Namco games that were being arranged. Pac-Man being one of them. There's also Galaga, Dig Dug, Rally X, a bunch of different games that had this. And I actually didn't play this version on the GBA first. There was in 2005. There was or not 2005, but in the 2000s, I think it was like 2001. There was a collection for the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox that was called the Namco Museum, which had the arrangement games, and it also had Pac-Man Arrangement on it. So that's the first time I ever played it, which is pretty neat. Pac-Man Arrangement is Pac-Man, but different with different ghosts and level layouts and power-ups and stuff. One thing I will say is that the version on the collection I was talking about previously for the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube has 2-player co-op, simultaneous co-op, and we're playing on a GBA, so don't think that's a thing here. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think you can do that. Kind of sad.
In this
You guys
game,
think of,
there's a fifth ghost. There's a fifth ghost named Kinky.
Oh, cakey. Is that true?
Yeah, the both goes.
That's according to the Pac-Man fandom.
Oh, there. Oh my gosh! Yeah, look, I'm on the Wikipedia. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, he's the bull one,
Kinky.
the one that like rushes you.
Oh, he just turns into stuff. Okay. He does like bunnies
Yeah.
and stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He turns into a whore.
Oh no! That's Kinky's the one that's just the blue ghost that like is like the, like the scared ghost,
Okay.
and you can eat him without a power pellet.
Oh.
Okay. The other ghosts just turn into the bull and the bunny and stuff.
Oh.
And
Metamorphosis.
Blink, and Inky gets sunglasses because he's cool.
Okay.
You guys think of Pac-Man Arrangement?
But this should probably be the highlight of most people's collection. I feel like the one that most people would be excited for. I liked it. I think I really would have liked a save feature if they're going to give me continues. Because I just started it a bunch of times. I'm like, well, that was cool. Got a few rounds in, and then I stopped. I think I like the concept. Like, it's different. Like, the pellets are floating. It kind of has that musical arrangement kind of vibe going for it. It's fast. It reminds me of the World Championship. Very pre-designed pellet structures that you're supposed to follow. It moves fast. The level could be done in 30 seconds to a minute. So I dug it. I think if I had like a whole day to really play through it, I would really get into it. I have to really ponder about the infinite continues thing, though.
There are only 6 stages, so 6 worlds, and then a boss fight.
Yeah.
So the game is like beatable.
Yeah, that's my confusion on this one, because I beat it and was very confused because I feel like it betrays what Pac-Man is. But what's weird is, especially with the boss, and specifically with the boss fight, that's really the memorable part. Because there's other things you do, but it's every other level is just Pac-Man, and then they have a boss fight at the end. And it reminded me, and I know this is kind of a far reach, but just bear with me. It kind of reminded me of Super Bomberman. You remember?
Oh no, I see it. Yeah.
You see that? Okay, because they would have boss stages, and the game itself is just Bomberman. Like it blows up in 4 directions in a grid. But then there'd be like boss stages where they're like kind of intense and oddly satisfying. And the boss fight was kind of cool. Like you had to like pick up all the things and then shoot it later by collecting. Each one you collected, it would shoot the boss. It was kind of satisfying, like in a different kind of arcade experience. But it was also very not Pac-Man. So I don't know what the Pac-Man people think of this, but I thought it was weird. It was definitely weird.
Yeah, I definitely see what you mean. Recently I was playing Bomberman 94, which is a PC Engine one. But it also has bosses like that, where you're like playing just Bomberman, but you're attacking the boss. I actually recently played through this on the Museum Plus because I played this one a lot as a kid on the original Xbox with my mom, playing co-op because it's simultaneous, and it's like you play as a yellow Pac-Man and a green Pac-Man, and we played it a lot whenever I was a kid. Along with the other arrangement games. And I was like, cool, well, let's play through this. So I loaded it up on my Switch, and we played co-op, and we beat all 6 worlds. And I like took a step back, and I was like, wow, like this was way cooler whenever I was a kid. It was such a cool, like, new version of Pac-Man whenever I was younger. But since they've done newer versions of Pac-Man, they've done the championship games, and Championship 2. They've done Pac-Man 256, which is an endless game. They've done different iterations of Pac-Man since this. I kind of like beat it, took a step back, and I was like, wow, this is it kind of like betrays Pac-Man. Like it's not an arcade game per se. It's just like a collection of like mazes, and then you're done.
You're just
like,
done.
There are some neat ideas in the mazes, like to get like the boost power-ups and stuff, and the jump pads, and different stuff like that you can collect and use during the levels. But I don't know if it's one I'm going to play through again, which terrifies me if I ever go back and play the other Namco arrangements, because I remember liking like the Galaga arrangement a lot, and I'm kind of scared to play it now because I'm afraid I'm not going to like it. As much as I liked it when I was a kid. It's gonna ruin it for me.
Yeah, I think I would like to play this on the Museum Collection on Switch. I just think that the GBA is a weird space for it. Like, Sonic 3 is a game like I could play in a sitting, but I do appreciate having the save feature for it. Without it, I could see why Sonic 3 would feel like a lot. And I kind of get the same vibes from Arrangement. Like, it's fun. It's good. It's just that I do want to take a little break after a little while. So, I don't know. Or I would rather just marathon it in one day, which I don't feel like...
Well,
I never particularly felt compelled to do that for, like, this video today.
it is notable that this collection came out in 2001, and Arrangement was from '96, but it got home ports in 2001. It came to this, and it came to the other collection. So, for a lot of people, this was their first time playing Arrangement. So,
Oh, definitely.
you know, that's cool. Like, you know, it's not like Pac-Mania where they probably played Pac-Mania before, or Pac-Attack before. This could have been like the reason people bought this collection was to experience this new weird Pac-Man game that they probably haven't played before.
Yeah. Or even if you wasn't, like, you'd still be treated in that way to, like, this cool new Pac-Man game that you didn't expect. If I only had a GBA, like, if this was, like, my handheld system at the time, I would probably dig, like, through this. I would be stoked. I think it's just, we live in a world of convenience now. So, like, I don't feel the same.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, no, I got a collection of 14 Pac-Man games on my Switch the other day, and I was like, "You guys missed a couple." Like, I was like, like, that's why I'm probably not going to review it, because I'm like, they missed Pac-Man 2, and they missed Pac-Man Adventures in Time, and you know, like, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, we didn't add it because we forgot and we didn't care. Like, there's no, like, malice in it at all. It's just they literally didn't give a shit.
But, like, on the GBA, it's like, well, we can put 4 games, so we picked these 4 games, you know? But,
Yeah.
so, but, I mean, you know, I don't know. Arrangement's cool, yes. Neat. Pac-Man Collection, Game Boy Advance, everybody. What a weird map out. What a weird way to do a map out.
I liked it. It was a pack out.
Yeah.
Really brought the pack back out. A pack in action.
It was a pocket-sized map out for your Game Boy Advance.
Like 4 separate
We're actually going to
maps.
be releasing. We're actually going to be releasing this episode on Game Boy Advance video cartridges. You can order from our website, totallydoesn'texist.com, and we will send you this episode on a Game Boy player, Game Boy video cartridge, and you can watch this on your Game Boy Advance.
I'm totally going to take our faces and put it in the middle of a Game Boy Advance. Like, that's happening for this map out. And you can have your
So
maze.
it's really compressed.
I'll put a maze in the GBA for you.
Coming soon to Game Boy Video, the Button Mappers talk about Game Boy Pac-Man Collection.
Who needs UMD when you have GBA cartridges that you can watch movies on for the Button
No,
Mapper
UMDs
podcast?
you get at least UMDs. You get at least 3 Button Mapper episodes.
Yeah.
Those can hold a little more.
Well, this one you collect Alex, you collect Spencer, and you collect Teddy. It's 3 different men for you to watch while you fuck your
Different
pizza.
All in one path. Does anybody love the fact that on the cover for this, Pac-Man's just T-posing?
I need to see it.
It's the laziest cover ever.
I'm here. It's just T-posing Pac-Man on the cover for this game. It kills me.
He's Jesus.
Oh, sick. Yeah, basically.
Pac
Just
Jesus.
Holy. Embrace me. Give me a hug.
He
Yeah.
want for our sins.
Is Pac-Man the pizza? The holy pizza. Saying, yes, fuck me.
Holy people.
I mean, his nose kind of looks like a dick, so. Wow, Metacritic gave it a 29 out of 100.
Damn.
All game.
Isn't
The hell's
it
all game?
hard? Isn't that kind of hard to rate like a collection with the Metacritic score though?
All game gave it a, was this 4 out of 5. Game Pro gave it a 4 out of 5.
No, Metacritic gave it a 79, not 29.
Sorry, I meant 79.
Okay.
GameSpot. Yeah, I'm very tired today. GameSpot gave it an 8 out of 10. GameSpy gave it an 80 out of 100. IGN, the best score, 9 out of 10.
Hey.
IGN, wow.
Yeah.
Pocket Games gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Who the fuck is Pocket Games?
How dare they? Better keep that in their pocket.
Fuck you, Pocket Games.
This is the Pac-Man I love.
You don't talk bad about. I'm gonna get the Pac-Man fan base.
Yeah.
Pocket Games, you're going down. Well, they already did. Their server's not even hyperlinked here.
Did you know that this was released on the Wii U Virtual Console on June 11th, 2014 to celebrate Pac-Man's inclusion as a playable character in Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U?
Nope.
I learned something today.
I'm pretty sure I reviewed Pac-Mania to celebrate Pac-Man's inclusion on Super Smash Bros. On 3DS and Wii U.
Where were you
I'll
when
put that in one of
Pac-Man
my
was announced?
shitty reviews.
What did you do
Where
to
were you?
celebrate Pac-Man?
I celebrated. Have I ever told you guys the Pac-Man story?
No. Maybe.
So, back when the Miiverse was a thing.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
the
Pac-Man story.
Okay, the Super Smash Bros. Page on Miiverse had a spot where you could like say oh, I want this person included, or this person should be, and it was all like the same shit. It was like, playing Lloyd, where's Goku? I want Shrek. It was always the same shit. But I went on and I drew a very fun little detailed version of Pac-Man and the little drawing area on the Miiverse, and I wrote Pac-Man for Smash, and I put it in. And I was like, cool. Well, I'm just gonna go about my day. The next day, I log in the Miiverse, and this guy comments, and he was like, "You're stupid. They would never put Pac-Man in Smash." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh," I was like, I was just, I'm a big Pac-Man fan, and Namco's helping making the game, so I don't know, it was just a fun idea. And he was like, yeah, well, stupid, dude. Pac-Man, fuck Pac-Man. You can't. Well, he didn't say fuck because it's a Miiverse, but he was like, Pac-Man's dumb. It's a dumb character. And I was like, dude, you don't have to comment on my Miiverse post. I'm just posting a drawing of Pac-Man and stuff. And he kept going for a while, and I was just like, dude, you can stop doing this. I'm just trying to post on Miiverse. A month later, they announced Pac-Man for Smash Bros. On Wii U and 3DS, and I go back that same day that they announced it, and he had deleted every single comment from my post. I was like, this dude was that beat up about it. He was like, shit. I imagine he saw the trailer and he saw they did a cool thing with colors where it was blue, red, yellow, and then the yellow turned into Pac-Man. And I bet whenever that moment happened, he was like, fuck, I gotta go to Miiverse, and he ran over to Miiverse and deleted, sweating, deleted all of his fucking comments and stuff. It's
it'd be great. It was just, you weren't the only one. It was a large campaign specifically against the rumor that Pac-Man would be added to Super Smash Bros.
It was a very stupid stance to have, because I wasn't even Pac-Man should make it indefinitely, and all your characters are dumb. I was just like, I like Pac-Man. I wish he would make it in. And it was just
I would keep that up. That sounds like a great thing to just keep up, so you can say that you did that. You stood up against somebody.
Yeah, but the Miiverse is gone
so
now.
vehemently.
I wish I had saved pictures of that before it happened, or before the Miiverse got taken down, because I don't have that stuff anymore. Sad. But yeah, it was it's one of the only times I ever actually used Miiverse, and you're welcome, Nintendo.
Who do you think he wanted for Smash? Or she?
Probably Frieza or something. It was definitely a dude. His Mii looked like a neckbeard.
We don't know. It could be a catfish.
That's true.
A lady playing
as
hot
a chick.
A bearded fella.
Be a super hot supermodel.
A fuck girl.
Bullying you about Pac-Man? I don't know.
Fuck girls.
I'm not buying that.
I'd be all for it. But this is hot.
Yeah.
Keep bullying me about Pac-Man. You're stupid like Pac-Man.
I think she took the L.
Hey, what if they added a Galaga to Smash Bros? What do you think about that? Stupid idiot
character.
How dare you have such a stupid opinion? What are you, Clyde?
You little Clyde, little orange Clyde.
You're just a little orange Clyde, aren't you?
I bet he was a Lloyd fan. I bet he was Lloyd's the only Namco character they should add. Tales of Symphonia is the only Namco game that matters.
Okay.
Oh god.
See that?
I bet you here's one of those.
Yeah.
Fuck Pac-Man. What did he do? Like, help to popularize video games in the arcade market for a mass audience? Stupid
good as
idiot.
Lloyd.
Lloyd, remember him from Tales of Symphonia? He had
Change the game.
He had a scarf.
He made scarves cool. Okay, I wear a scarf because of him.
And I wield 2 swords, and I have spiky hair, and I wear a red button-up coat.
I'm cool.
No, they need to add more Pokemon. Put in the Magmar. Can like breathe fire.
The Krogunk.
Yeah. Vanillux. Ice cream. Delicious.
Yeah, really.
Oh, how about that new
Let us know in the
LeChonk,
comments
though?
below.
How do you guys feel about LeChonk? Be honest.
LeChonk?
Did you watch the Scarlet and
LeChonk?
Violet trailers?
Yeah. Is that one of the starters?
It's one of the pig Pokemon from Wind Waker.
Oh, who cares? The only one that matters is Quaxley, so...
I have
It's a
not
duck.
kept up with any of that, so I can't speak to it.
LeChonk for the win.
Pokemon is dead.
Pokemon is dead. Spencer buried it.
Yeah, I killed it myself.
Back on the DS. You thought DS
Spencer,
stood
why
for
did you
dual
kill
screens.
Pokemon?
Pissing me off.
Digimon's better.
DS was short for die
I'm all
suckers.
Digimon now.
Digimon slays.
Digimon can
DS.
rule the world.
Hey guys, welcome to my new channel, Digimon Archive. We're gonna archive all
Now
the
with
Digimon.
5 Spectrobes.
Dude, you know what's funny? I was thinking how funny it would be to like completely dedicate an entire YouTube channel that I dedicated all my time to something like very narrow, like a very, very narrow, like specific. I was like Yokai Watch. Like I will only make videos about Yokai Watch. And just like
Spectrobes,
I have like almost no knowledge of it, but like let's just become obsessed with that and just make that and see if it took off, which would be hilarious.
Yeah. Some Dual Masters channel.
Just dual masters. That's all.
Well,
Hey, I like fossil
Blade
fighters.
channel.
What can I say?
Yeah.
I like to find dinosaur artifacts and talk about them. If you like dinosaur artifacts, you've come to the right place.
You come to the right place. Fossil fighters
Unlimited.
all year round. Yeah.
which Fossil Fighters game was your favorite? Fossil Fighters or Fossil Fighters 2?
3D.
Fossil Fighters 3D.
What I want from Fossil Fighters 3. All the improvements you don't know about.
My hopes and expectations for the new Fossil Fighters.
But there's like clearly got to be an audience, at least some kind of audience that is clamoring for that, right? Like
Fossil Fighters.
oh shit! Subscribe.
I draw Fossil Fighters fan fiction.
Guys, we got a new fan of the fossil fighters community. Welcome him with open arms.
Yeah.
Let's get this guy to 1,000 subs. And I'm not talking Subway.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome just to do a channel for like something really specific, like not even like a game, like a character.
Yeah. Just go that deep. Like
Yeah.
a side character from a game.
Yeah.
Like this is all about Vincent Valentine and nothing else.
My new channel is all about it's the guy in Nier that cheated on his wife. Remember him?
Oh, Bill from The Last of
Dude.
Us.
Yeah, it's Bill from The Last of Us. What was Bill doing? Bill theory videos.
Does he have a house?
Did
Why are
Bill
there
use the
people in it?
bathroom? You don't see any toilet paper in his house.
Is Bill
Where did
real?
Bill shit?
Or were we just imagining him this whole time?
It's a lot of theories. Theory crafting channel.
When you meet Bill, he never actually says his name. Is that really Bill?
Was he lying to you the whole time? Is his name really Johnson?
Could be. I don't know.
We'll just never know. Let us know in the comments.
The game isn't clear.
They never suggested to us whether or not he may actually be lying about his name. If you dig through the diary entries, you may come to a different conclusion.
You probably could like make like a Reggie channel. Like I see fucking videos all the time that's like Reggie said he never sneezed in Nintendo's office. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Like if I'll read his book. Like stop fucking like just posting random shit. Reggie said whenever he worked for Nintendo, he drank 3 cups of coffee each day. It's like, stop.
Overworked.
Overworked Reggie. It's a thumbnail of Reggie like sweating and
Yeah.
Is he neglecting his family? Let's find out.
He made a lot of games, but not a lot of babies. What's going on there?
Well, Reggie used to work for Pizza Hut. Is he Pac-Man's father?
Is he fuckboy?
Is he Fuckboy Junior? Did Pac-Man give birth to Reginald?
Pac-Man gave birth to the original?
Yeah.
You know, they lost the rights to Miss Pac-Man.
Oh, did they?
Isn't that fucking stupid? Okay, so back in the day, a little fun history fact. Bally Midway was making because Pac-Man did so well and they published Namco games. They're making a hack of Pac-Man that Namco didn't approve of. So Namco actually let them use the Pac-Man license and they called it Miss Pac-Man. With the whole thing with Midway died. The license was between Namco and a different company that bought up the license and stuff, and they were fine until recently. A different company now owns half of the Miss Pac-Man license, and they are not fine. And there's a big dispute right now over Miss Pac-Man. And the Pac-Man Museum Plus, every instance of Miss Pac-Man is now Pac-Mom. They've changed the character to Pac-Mom. She looks a little different. And I don't like Pac-Mom. Pac-Mom feels like the stepmom I will never love. Miss Pac-Man is my real mom, thank you.
Thank you.
No, it hit so close to home.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Namco somehow has caught themselves in legal trouble for using Miss Pac-Man. I never thought this would be a thing, but it is.
It's a dark day for Pac Boys.
From MILF to Mewin Ilf.
Sound like a Harry Potter spell for a second.
Miss Pac-Man is now, due to copyright issues, Pac-MILF.
Pac-MILF. That's what they should have called it. Instead of Pac-Mom. Pac-MILF.
Pac-MILF.
Because like Pac-Mom, they changed your bow to like a little like hat, like a little sun hat looking thing. Yeah, they should just got rid of the bow and just gave her huge titties. Pac tits.
Just moving around, just bouncing around.
Little fanfic
So
going on here.
stupid.
I just thought of like the tits are eating the dots.
Yeah.
She loves the little balls. She always comes back for more.
Get the ball between Pac-MILF's tits. No wonder the ghosts are chasing her. Have you seen her?
Have you seen how hot she is?
Missing out, Namco. I got ideas here.
Whole new demographic. You don't even know what you haven't tapped into. Possibilities are endless. MILFs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Endless possibilities. That's the name of the song from Sonic Unleashed, sung by the guy from Bowling from Soup. All right, that was the Pac-Man Collection map out for the Game Boy Advance. We are now Pac-Man experts. Will we return with more Pac-Man map outs? probably not. But join us next month, where something's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't think we have anything planned.
Oh, it's no theme.
No, we have nothing planned.
Not one theme. Nope.
Be ready for anything can happen.
Endless
Anything
possibilities.
can happen July.
Sonic.
Endless possibility July. The Sonic Unleashed map out coming soon.
Yikes.
Bye.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.